Hey guys, this is Czar, your mental game coach and 4th decade trader. My only goal today is to share the tools you'll need to gain the Razor's edge. Have you ever struggled with overtrading? Of course you have. So why don't we talk about it and take your game to the next level? Let's get something straight right off the bat. Human beings truly suck at short-term trading, but men are especially brutal at it. Do you know why men suck at trading? I'll tell you why, and the answer may shock you. The reason men suck at trading is because we are programmed for action. From an evolutionary standpoint, men are aggressive hunters and gladiators, and this causes real problems when it comes to trading. And the reason we suck at trading is because it's incredibly difficult to control our powerful evolutionary impulses. Great trading requires a great deal of patience and a great deal of doing nothing with our hands. Patience is the most important action of successful trading. I'm going to say that again. Patience is the most important action of successful trading. I'm talking about the act of patience, the action of doing nothing. The problem is, the act of patience doesn't feel like action at all. Patience feels like inaction. Patience feels like doing nothing, and doing nothing feels very wrong to a gladiator. As hunters and gladiators, we are wired to proactively and aggressively stalk and hunt the prey for a win. We are wired to aggressively seek to trade because we desperately need to escape the boredom and perceived weakness of inactivity. We are driven to get out there in the jungle and win over and over again. Furthermore, the ability to jump into action allows us to escape being inside of our own heads and listening to the inner critic who is tempting us to do something and to hunt and to fight and to win. It feels wrong and weak to just sit and wait and watch and do nothing for hours at a time. Patience feels lazy and weak and ineffective. At the deepest level of our DNA, we are programmed to do more for ourselves and for our tribe. In fact, we're wired to aggressively prove our worthiness as a man and as a devastating hunter of prey. We have a deep and powerful need to capture profits and rack up a long list of victories. Our ultimate biological drive is to feel and appear strong, undefeated, and undefeatable. As such, fighting and winning constantly is what we're programmed to do. Sitting on our hands is experienced in our bodies as laziness, and it feels like fear of engagement. Doing nothing doesn't feel brave or manly. It feels weak and cowardly. At the deepest level of our being, inactivity and patience feels like resignation to sitting on the sidelines. It feels like fear of the game, and it feels like a withdrawal from the battle. It feels like impotence, powerlessness, and retirement from the game. On an emotional level, it's highly destabilizing to spend hours per day feeling like a coward, feeling weak, feeling impotent, and feeling alienated from the battle. But here's the irony. Doing nothing for extended periods of time is absolutely essential if making money is your goal in trading. The greatest edge a trader can master is the ability to make peace with the impotence and boredom of sitting and doing nothing. At this stage of our evolutionary process, natural selection has had no reason to be kind to traders, because trading does not contribute to the survival of the species. But this is the harsh truth. Anything other than patiently stalking the optimal setup is overtrading, and overtrading will destroy every trader's account. Every time a trade is entered without an optimal setup, a shot of dopamine is released, and that dopamine release is highly addictive. It's important to understand that the dopamine release happens whether the trade turns out to be a winner or a loser. Those repeated dopamine shots create powerful connections in the brain that deeply installs the overtrading patterns of behavior. Once the pattern of overtrading and dopamine shots has been installed, it becomes extremely difficult to break it, even if you keep promising yourself that you will stop doing it. The deeply installed pattern of constantly attacking the prey will quickly grow into your sympathetic nervous system and will become your default operating system and your way of acting when you're engaging with the markets and with your charts. You will no longer have the freedom of choice that you think you do. Your powerful impulse to overtrade is biological. Your trading behavior is not so much about your personal psychology, but much more about your evolutionary psychology. Your drive to overtrade is not about your emotional immaturity or lack of self-discipline. It's about millions of years of evolutionary sculpting that has produced this creature who is a great fighter and a great warrior, but who really sucks at all the things that are needed for profitable trading. Only a tiny percentage of traders find a way to understand this, and they develop a trading identity that relinquishes the need to fight, and relinquishes the need to win, and relinquishes the need to be right on individual trades. The great trader has internalized a new way of being during the trading session. The great trader has flipped their evolutionary wiring on its head. The great trader has become an aggressive hunter of patience, a gladiator of impulse control, a master of waiting and watching. The great trader embodies a mindset where patient performance is everything, and fighting, hunting, and activity have no place whatsoever. The most powerful trading gladiators are those who are able to overpower their impulses and devour the enemy of activity. Are you prepared to do the inner work required? You will need to if you are to create a Razor's Edge.